our attacks are double or nothing.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today we're attacking in with Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. Isshin doubles on attack triggers, which is supposed to be for the warriors and the samurai that have these abilities that trigger when something attacks, which we do have a few of in this deck, but it also works fantastic for other cards that can attack in and get you either other creatures, tokens, card advantage, extra power, treasure, stopping blockers. There's tons of different on-attack triggers, and we get to do them twice as long as our commander's out. You might notice that this deck is very Boros, a lot of red, a lot of white. That's because the fastest, hastiest, face-punchingest creatures happen to be in those colors, with a couple great black cards thrown in, including some new ones like Alkazats, who I'm trying out, and Preacher of the Schism, which I've had really great luck with. I really like Preacher of the Schism in this deck. Some of the classic cards you'll find in this deck also double your combats. Ryu can give you additional combats. That's actually a doubleable trigger with Isshin. Same with Aurelia. As long as she attacks for the first time each turn, you get the 2 extra attack phases, though the untaps happen at an odd time with this. It's a really fun deck if you like to swing in, which I absolutely do. This deck also has a bunch of things to help give haste to the things that don't naturally have haste, though a lot of them already do. And since we're in Mardu colors, oh, it's ankle shanking time. We're able to give our creatures first strike, death touch, and make them really, really bad to block. You don't want to be blocking these attackers, you just want to be dying to them. So we're going to take Isshin into the queue, and we're going to attack and get triggers ×2. Cantorius Canned. Drains your opponent, dealing 2 to them and gaining you 2 life whenever you cast a spell from outside of your hand, usually from exile. Hey, Cantorius. Yeah, it's when you cast from exile here. Let's see. I've got this Windswept Heath. I'm going to use this to grab a... Let's go with a Boros land, since it's our #1 thing. I love paying 3 life on turn 1. We're going to get out either the Hopeful Initiate or the Esper Sentinel. I'm going to actually start with the Initiate, because yes, they're probably going to be casting lots of non-creature spells, but I think they're going to start doing that on turn 2. Cool. Alright, great. Attacking in. Boop. Lots of pain in hand. We got pain lands, fetches, and shocks. Oh, hey, Robber of the Rich. That's a good creature. Lets them steal from me if they manage to empty my hand, which, good luck. Speaking of pain, let's go ahead and go for this again. Wooded Foothills. We're going to crack that open, grab another shock. Life is a resource. And I'm going to keep on using it. Bam! And swinging with these, because we're not planning on blocking with them. When we attack in next turn, if we're able to attack with Isshin and the Hopeful Initiate, this will trigger training twice, which means we'll get 2 +1/+1 counters instead of just 1. Guardian Idol, do you pay the 1? They did pay the 1. They're tapped out. Robber's staying back, since attacking at the Isshin would be bad. And we're going to attack with you and you. Esper Sentinel stays back. Serious blockitude. Ooh. This makes me think they have a board wipe. Alright, so we're gonna wait until combat damage is over. We're gonna make it harder for them to board wipe. We're gonna use up these 2 counters I just put on the Initiate to destroy the Guardian Idol. Day of Judgment, so they had it anyway. I feel like I made the right move here. Ooh, make things uncounterable. I would say the majority of our deck is humans, but we have a really big mix of creature types. My commander is a human. And we're going to play Goldspan Dragon, because this is the hastiest little swinger I got, who also gets me 2 mana in the form of a treasure, but it's a treasure that can tap for 2. So good. Wandering Emperor, just right away coming out, exiling the Goldspan Dragon. Thankfully, we have loads of haste, and we just got a haste giver, Rising of the Day. This will give Krenko haste, so I can swing into the Wandering Emperor. And also get some extra goblins, since its power is increased. When this attacks, it gets a counter, and then it makes some little guys. Loads of haste! Hey, Kentorius, you coming out? You gonna plus or minus? Plussing gets you a blocker. Minusing might get you a board wipe. Volt Charge! That's enough to kill Krenko, dang. They also gain 2 life off this. Rude. I don't actually have any triggers to double here. It's like, yes, Ankle Shanker's trigger can be doubled, but we don't need to do that. Doesn't matter. Hitting Kentorius, hitting face. I'm going to keep Iganjo in hand since I really don't feel I need more mana now. Experimental Synthesizer exiles a card. You can play it this turn. It is Pianalar. Nice. Feldon. Feldon can't block, so I guess he'll just attack in. I already played a land for this turn, so I'm going to use Baleful Mastery to move Pianalar out of the way. They draw a card. Ooh, Legion War Boss! Ankle Shanker's like, what about me? Bro, I don't need First Strike and Death Touch. I have no blockers. Mentor will trigger twice since it is an on-attack ability. So we're going to make these goblins nice and strong. Bring them to 1! And that's going to win us the game. GG, Kentorius. The First Sliver. All right, trolls, how many slivers are in your deck? Is it going to be just the one or a whole bunch to have a bunch of fun? I think that the First Sliver is the kind of commander that I really wish you could like separate it out into 2 piles. The Slivers deck and the not Slivers deck. It's a really good card though. It's a 5 mana 7/7 that casts a free spell when it is cast, which means you can't always just counter all of it unless you have something like a Whirlwind Denial. We're going to just try to go over the top with a little bit of Skybound aggro. Sky Knight Vanguard's really sweet. Isshin! Give me double triggers, please. Love that. Get some extras. Dramatic Lantern. Oh, you are a warrior. I'm going to go for a Ryu here. I think this is the most aggressive play. We start by just attacking with Isshin. We do get 2 extra attacks. It's just a matter of... I should have just attacked with Isshin on the second one. Yes, because then it would have been untapped. So we missed out on 1 3 damage attack. They're saying good game. Hello! You have a board wipe? What are we GGing at? Ah, them conceding. I love aggro. I love it when it works. Mythweaver Hawk. Mythweaver Hawk is kind of the most aggressive ramper there is. On turn 1, you might just get a little bit of Llanowar Elf out. But once you get Hawk out, you're doubling up all your lands, which is nasty, nasty good. I think we're just going to grab Sacred Foundry here. So I can get down the Hopeful Initiate on turn 1, aiming to get Anim Pakal out on turn 3. Anim Pakal getting its triggers doubled by Isshin is huge. Ooh, but that is an Elvish Mystic. Sorry, Anim Pakal. I gotta kill this guy. I gotta get rid of that turn 1 ramp. Because otherwise, 3 mana on turn 2 could get them to 4 mana before they even play a land. Okay, Glimpse the Core. That'll just get them a 3rd land. Gotta Bolt the Bird. Yeah, even though these maps can get them more lands, still think it's the right move. Pox, since it... Oh, nice. Good draw. Pox, since it doubles the number of lands you're essentially getting each turn, easily refunds its own commander tax. But it also gets huge, meaning that you can attack with it, block with it, do whatever with it, and unless there's a Death Toucher involved, it's probably going to keep going. When it can tap for 2 mana, okay, there's a Timeless Witness. Probably goes into the graveyard? Yeah, since you can internalize it. Almost said Embalm. That's different. Ooh, I didn't need to play that land. Doesn't matter, still doing it. Isshin! We attack with everything. Because triggers are happening. Oh, so many triggers are happening. Any Fakal getting twice the counters and twice the triggers here. Thank you, Isshin. We love you, Isshin. And here comes Hawk. They still have 2 mana up from Gwenna. Now they have 2 lands up, too. They didn't use Gwenna to cast Hawk, though. Had I played this Restless Fortress instead of the Mountain, we could have maybe been set up for the Blade Historian. That's my bad, but it looks like we're winning anyway. Ending Pakal, such a good Boros aggro card. Love it with Isshin. GG. The First Sliver! Again. I have some really good 3-drops, but I would love to have a 1 or 2-drop. There's one. Don't have any red mana, but we do have 2 playable cards just in our hand here. Bloodstained Mire. Hey, First Sliver. Actual Sliver deck? Maybe. We can always hold out hope that our opponent will be playing Slivers. Okay, they grab themselves a Zagoth Triumph. Oh, look, I found my 3rd color. Command Tower. Hope is a myth. Yeah, that's what they all say. Explore, they're ramping. Gotta get to 5 mana for that First Sliver. I don't have anything on this turn, so I can go for the Forsaken Crossroad, naming red. And then I can use it to scry. Esper Sentinel, I don't think will be, like, really what I'm looking for here. So I'm gonna throw it to the bottom. Attacking with the Giver. I don't think it would be bad. It could be like next turn we play this or this. Okay, Keely Archives. You saying I look like Davriel Soulbroker? It's because I'm wearing a scummy blazer. I'm gonna make a deal with you, kid. You receive a big pile of garbage. Attacking with Squee, and I'll leave Giver of Runes back. Just in case I need a little bit of protection. Oracle of Moldiah lets them play additional lands each turn and play lands off the top of their deck, so we know that they have a last march of the Ents. Searching for a card, huh? I wonder if it's gonna be Ye Old Ultimatum. Yeah, based on the number of tutors, like, and they're choosing a tutor here, it's probably pretty likely. Graveyard Trespasser just lets me hit these pieces. Isshin lets me get more Groblins. I do like Groblins. Rising in a Day would be fine, but I kind of want a double spell with it. Squee is swinging in, gonna make an extra Goblini. They could also be searching for something like Farewell. Just like, oh, bye, creatures. They were also probably trying to get a land on the top with the shuffle. They didn't. Soldier's Edict. Not that good against this board. You're gonna assemble the team. Shuffle your cards. Try and get a land on top. Yep. What card do you want from the top third of your library? Relic of Legends. It's more ramp. Still not a land on top. Still have plenty of mana, though. Okay, so Swords to Plowshares. We're going to give Isshin protection from white. Crack this open. Grab the Triome. Come on, please let me click the Triome. I hate that it makes you scroll just to grab it. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna get everybody out here. We're now protected from non-combat damage. We're gonna swing with you. Mentor is going to double trigger. We're going to mentor Robber of the Rich and Squee. Boop, boop, bonk, 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 boop. Oh my god, did I have lethal if I attacked with the Giver? Listen, math is for blockers. We've been over this. They have 7 mana. Yep, they're saying bye-bye. I felt like they were tutoring for a farewell before. Move my commander to the command zone. This is fine, though, because, as many of you know, this deck has got to go fast. Graveyard Trespasser with haste. There's no creatures in the graveyard. I'll still hit the farewell. We attack in! And take them out. GG, First Sliver. The board wipe was not enough. Sephara Sky's Blade. She casts herself for only 1 mana, but that can only happen if you're tapping a lot of little birdies. You have to tap 4 untapped creatures with flying and pay 1, which is a great way to get around the whole 7 mana thing. She gives your creatures with flying indestructible. Pretty dang good, huh? So this is going to be mono white birdies, probably some angels, and lots of 1-drops, like Fairy Guide Mother. And I'm out here with nothing to do until turn 3. Could have mulliganed, but I saw that I had a flyer in this, and I was like, yeah, I want this. I want this hand. Strict Proctor is going to stop enter the battlefield abilities. We don't actually have that many of those in this deck. Topplegeist, another little flyer that taps down breaches. Oh, sorry, it would tap down breaches if they didn't have a Strict Proctor out. I was thinking I could play just Aclazotz post-combat. Okay, got older Raven Guard. But now I'm thinking Aurelia next turn would be pretty good. Is it Sephara time? Do you have one more flyer? It's Will's dad. Oh, he's gone. Angel of Vitality, they do! Here comes all the birdies. A 7/7. But it will be a 7/7 that I can make unable to block. Alright, great. We'll go for the Swamp works fine here. Aurelia. How much damage can I do in this turn? I think a lot. So we're going to untap, get these. You can't block. That's the big thing. We don't have any mana, so playing things off the top doesn't do anything. Damage, damage, damage. Another attack phase. Alright, I guess we'll just get the thing off the top anyway. Damage, damage, damage! But now only Aurelia can attack. Bring him to 1! 1 isn't 0. Sephara can gain a lot of life. Ankle Shaker, save me! Quick, Sephara, play a fetch land. Yeah, these only untap as part of this first trigger. They don't untap after each. They're swinging in for 7. I'm taking 7 and they go back up to 8 life. The indestructibleness of these going to be a little frustrating to deal with. Cloudstone Kieran, if they equip it, will make them unable to lose again. Ooh. Ooh. I think we gotta go for the bamboozle here. Everybody here, every single one of you, has got First Strike And Death Touch. Make it so, doesn't really matter who we make unable to block. Strict Proctor can't block. And we want them to block. They will be gaining 7 life off Swords to Plowshares. Yes, you do have a commander tax, even if you're casting for the alternate cost. To answer your question, Dirty Beach. They do have to block, but they're blocking with the assumption that their creatures have Indestructible, which they do not. They had Indestructible. Now they don't. And if they don't have any creatures, recasting Sephara is off of the table. GG, birdies. Logrella, the Magpie. She's a very blinky commander that exiles both players' creatures, but can bring them back. But when you bring back your creatures, they get bigger. I've got perfect mana in this hand, but not to play this 3-drop. I like Ryu, but I'm still going to throw this back and look for like a 2-drop or 1-drop and fail to do so. Great! Hi, Logrella. Whew, there's a 2-drop. I will just crack open our Wooded Foothills and find ourselves a sweet little Sabai Triome. Spirited Companion, we'll draw them a card. I'm going to name Human! In part because this Human Knight is playable from it. Triumphant Adventurer, when it attacks, ventures into the dungeon. I wouldn't mind venturing in twice. Here comes Logrella. Gonna put the doggy in jail. Gonna put the adventurer in jail. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? I'm going to play Creature of the Schism. When this attacks in, we have the chance of drawing cards and making vampires, depending on what their life total is and what my life total is. Making the 1/1s is pretty nice early on, but they are very exilable. Okay, so they're bringing back the dog. The dog can draw cards. It's going to become a 3/3. And I don't know if they're going to put it back into exile hell. Okay, so they didn't. They put this out here. They wouldn't be blocking anyway because of the first strike Death Touch. Rather than playing Isshin to double up this, I'm going to play Mural to prevent them from taking actions during my turn, other than like blocking, something nice and simple. These are all humans so far. They won't all be humans soon. Mural makes non-human tokens on attack. Woodland Acolyte. Zoop. Draws a card. I want Lannery out. Do I want Isshin? I'm gonna go for Lannery this turn. Attacking with all of these. Making a Goblini. That is totally fine. Bye, Lannery. And we can bring out Mardu Ascendancy or Isshin. I'll just play Isshin this turn. We have 2 non-human attackers for Winota next turn. This only triggers once. This is the slightly modified version of Winota, where it only can get you up to 1 trigger. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. Again, Mural stopping them from doing stuff on my turn is really big, though. Because it means they can't do like, oh, I blink and I exile and I move this around. Elite Spellbinders, they're going to be able to see that Winota and exile it. I can't actually play Urabrask with my current lands because Cavern of Souls is naming human. But if I get a land, I could still play Winota since this only taxes for 2. Yep. Winota is now off to the side. We can still play Mardu Ascendancy, though. Ooh, we can play 2 things. Mardu Ascendancy. And I'll bring out the Luminarch Aspirant, too. I will put a counter onto Triumphant Adventurer. I'm going to attack in with everybody. Now I'll leave these back. A bunch of stuff is going to happen. Oh, wait, no, these come in attacking. My bad. Yeah, so we should attack with everything. They attack, we attack, we attack. Attacking is happening. We love that. You are going to get a +1/+1 counter. We're going to draw a card. Might be a land. Oh, it's a Robber of the Reach! Yeah, I think they're going to go for killing Meryl. No, they're not. Okay, no double block on Meryl. Maybe they got a board wipe ready to go. Or maybe they'll draw one off their Spirited Companion. This only triggers off non-tokens. Oh, never mind. Yeah. I mean, we still have plenty of little dudes in here. We've got 14 tokens. Okay, so time wipe. Fair. My little dudes are all dead. They have 9 life remaining. And we're Garrison. This won't have haste, so I'm going to lead by just attacking with Robber of the Rich. See what we exile. It was a land. Boo! Now here comes the Garrison. Also makes creatures that come in attacking. I like tokens. Have you guys picked up on the fact that I like tokens? No, really? Yeah, I like tokens. I love little dudes. I love game objects. One day, they're going to add Academy Manufacturer into Arena, and I'm going to go absolutely feral. You've seen me with Roaming Throne. Just wait until you see me with Academy Manufacturer. All right, Knight of Autumn, they could destroy the Mardu Ascendancy, or they could gain life. Okay, in response, I guess I'll sacrifice it. It doesn't really make a difference. Look at how dummy thick my boys are. Vanishing Light taking out the Garrison. Not quite what I wanted. This gives me 2 exiles, but 2 exiles doesn't actually make a difference here. So I'm going to attack in first. Okay, so the land. Here comes Isshin. Yeah, because I can't play lands exiled by Robber. I figured I would try and see if I got something really strong. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We have a non-human attacker if we manage to get this. Oh, they're island cycling, so they're going to grab an island. It doesn't have to be a basic island. It could be like a Shockland or a Triome or anything like that. Sparta's headquarters. Comes in tapped. Oh, if you make a copy of Goldhound, you're not making a copy of a treasure, you're making a copy of Goldhound. It doesn't have the name treasure, so it wouldn't do anything with Academy Manufacturer. At least that is my understanding. Not a judge. It is a token that is a treasure. It's not a treasure token. Wait, does it work with Zorn? Really? Ah, I didn't think so. Draw me 2 cards. Bye, Mary. Zorn does make an additional treasure token. Huh, didn't know that. Color me surprised. Alright, so Lagrella's out. Did no exiling. She was just out here to block. So then, yeah, Academy Manufacturer might make additional ones if you make a token copy of Goldhound. Uro will give them some life. Can they escape Uro this turn? They definitely have enough cards in Graveyard. And they do have blue, blue, green, green, because they just put another forest into play. I think that bringing out Uro to gain another 3 life is very good for them. They're not doing it. Huh.
Happy 1 year.
Thank you, AU Throw. Frilled Mystic. Okay, so they're just countering Urabrask. We go in. We train hard! I don't have 3 mana, no, or I could destroy the Vanishing Light. Free the garrison. Now it's time for Uro to come out. I'll gain another 3 life. Draw a card if they could put a land into play from their hand. Brimewood Falls. Nice. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not going for the twins, instead going for Solemn Simulacrum. I actually took the other Titan out of this deck. I won't show that I have this yet. Huh, so it would work with, like, Shelob, then. I thought about the double block there. But I really want to roll them bones with Winota. Like, I really, really do. Oh, well, we don't get to anyway, because they are wiping the board. Oh, my boy! I think they have enough to replay Lagrella. They didn't leave Lagrella in the graveyard for Uro's escape. But they could still escape Uro. There's plenty of cards. Shelob would work, but you wouldn't get the creature, just a generic food. Oh, because it replaces the, like, I am making a food that happens to be the creature that died with food token. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, hey, Lagrella. Hell yeah, Sky Sovereign. I'll play the land now. A fine top deck. They could just replay Lagrella again. Probably bringing out Uro, though, because it gains them life. Hi, Lagrella. Bye, Lagrella. Time for the twins. We could go for Isshin, or we could go for Tajik. Or we could go for Winota. I think that Isshin is the best choice here. We use Isshin to crew the Sky Sovereign. And they exile Sky Sovereign! Oh no! The doubled attack was gonna be so sweet, taking out the Uro. Risen Reef, my beloved. Puts a land into play for them. I put my boat into impound, yeah. This has vigilance, so it's easy attack. Uro also gains them life on attack. Very nice. And Lagrilla comes out and re-exiles the garrison, and I assume the reef. Yep. Now I'm sitting and waiting. Hoping for the best. Glimpse the core, gets them more lands. Got a lot of ramp in there, Lagrella. You got a lot of ramp. I will be forced to block here. If they attack with everything, since they have a lot of dudes. Deputy of Detention. Oh no, putting Winota in jail? That means I can't double block Uro. Just kind of hoping to keep one alive. I'll go for the double block. Move my commander to the command zone. We were on the verge of death. Remember when they were at like 3 life? Those are good times. Those are good times. We're gonna top deck a land. Oh, here comes the Blinky. Please blink your bodyguard. So I can use my boat to smash. Nope, they're just blinking the Dryad. Blade Historian, too little, too late. We'll show them what we got, giving our attacking creatures double strike, and we'll say, GG! No, a fine game of big ol' blinkies with Lagrella. They're swinging in just with the twins and taking us out. Nice. Good game. Halam, the World Walker. Hey, I recently built this deck. I didn't really love my build of it, but I still think it's a kind of cool commander. For 4 mana, you have a spirit that can turn your artifacts and creatures or your artifacts and lands into spirits, and then attack with them. When you attack with them, they get double team, which means you get another copy of them in your hand. It's a cool way to clone things. Guardian Idol. Got a Swords to Plowshares, and that's about it. I guess if they bring out Halam this next turn, we can Swords it. No, it's Roaming Throne! I do not have enough mana to pay the cost for it. But Roaming Throne is very much a threat with this as the commander, because it copies both the doubles team and also the ability to animate things. They named Spirit. I think that we are best spending this turn taking out either a Roaming Throne or Halam, kind of depending on what happens. Ah, hi Craig. Invasion of Golbakane. Eliminate the throne! I paid the 2. So now they have the choice between Combat Celebrant, gives me extra combat, Tajik, Hasty, Ash, also Hasty. They went for Tajik. Not enough mana to animate this and swing with it. And as far as, like, the things that are best at blocking this, by the way, I do not know if they have a counterspell. I think that this is a deck that is very well supported by a few counterspells. Isshin being a 3/4 means that we could block the 3/3 spirits to stop them from flipping this. Day of Judgment! R.I.P. my commander. I see, I see. I'm going to try playing him again. Would tweet. Landfall, make meow meow. Let's go for Ash with the party crash. And Legion Warboss. We get a little guy. And Ash is going to party twice. She gets 2 counters because she's having a double celebration. We all wish we could be having that much fun. Oh, Ash go down the hole? Ash go down the hole. This gets them a 2/2. Not playing their commander. Is holding up a Guardian Idol too. Ooh, Mary can draw me some cards if I attack with it in a legend, like you. I think I want a Mentor Chain though. So Tajik. We get a Gorblini. And you 4 can attack. I mentor you. And you. And you mentor you. And you. They're teaching each other lessons. About how to smash face. Isshin's like, yeah, I'll sit this out. They could animate the Guardian Idol, too, for another blocker. It especially wouldn't be bad to, like, take out, like, Legion Warboss on a double block. Since it's making a token each turn. Need life total go down. Okay, I'll kill the Guardian Idol since it is animatable off Halam and the Cat Beast is not. Boop, boop. If I had another mana, we could give it first strike. We do not. Not that it would make a difference. They could still kill it. Arcane Signet. More ramp. Is the commander coming out yet? Because of how tapping happened, the only things that they can animate are these 2. This would have Summoning Sickness, but they could animate the whole. Not sure if they would want to, though. Yeah, this is Summoning Sickness. It now can't even be tapped for mana. Now it can. Alright, Wooded Foothills. Let's do some damage to ourselves. Using a fetch to grab a shock. Classic. Come on. I hate that it makes me scroll over because it's like, it's not in the middle of the page. I don't care! We have to attack with another legend if we want to trigger Mary. So I'm going to attack with everyone! And Boromir is here too. To protect. And also attack. And also stop free spells. GG, Tanalam. Rocco, Street Chef. Hey there, Rocco. This Rocco, on each of their end steps, exiles a card for each player. But if a player casts a card or plays a land from exile, They get to put a +1/+1 counter on something and make a food. Oh, so many delicious snacks. I have a little bit of removal in this hand. I don't have a third mana, but we actually have a good number of lands in this deck. I was going to say, we have a good chance of getting one. Can't play Isshin, but we can play Combat Celebrant and Squee and get lost. This is me, ready with removal. You saw I'll be making a trip soon to the Windy City. Indeed, I'll be going to Chicago for MagicCon Chicago. That's going to be on February 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I'll be flying in on the 23rd, so... Ooh, do I want to kill it before or after the exile? Since I want a land, I'm going to let them exile something. Cool! That's exactly what I needed! Thank you, Rocco. They also got a Nalfushni, which they can't cast. Bring out the Squee! Make some little guys! Yeah, so if you want to say hi at MagicCon Chicago... feel free to do so. If you see me somewhere, you're welcome to be like, "Sup, Amy?" If you want me to sign something. I'll usually have a Sharpie with me. Sometimes I don't. And I might be hanging out with other content creators. So sometimes you will find all of us in the same place at the same time. At least if it's anything like MagicCon Philly last year. Isshin for 2 Goblin. Aurelia, just for more smackerels. Love getting in damage. Yeah, I have bands with other content creators. Listen, if you put me and, like, my friends in the same physical space, I'm gonna want to hang out with my friends. Nice. Inspiring Statuary is letting them tap these maps for mana. It's a cult? I mean, so content creators, like, we don't see each other very often. It's just how it is. Swinging in here to get double treasures so we can use those for 4 mana each next turn off the Goldspan Dragon. Speaking of angels, did I see the new feather? I have not! I have not seen the new cards in Karlov Manor. I've seen some of them. And I'll probably see more of them because I'm doing a set review on Thursday. Which is tomorrow. I'm glad Feather's getting another card. I also heard she shows up in the story and I love her. Rocco. Using those maps to bring him out. And Fable! Oh, the Babel! What time will my set review be? Let's say 11 a.m. Eastern. I put it in my calendar. Or whenever I feel like it, because sometimes I'm disorganized. I don't know, I'm like thinking about the Zots. But we start with this. Ryu, Storm's Edge. And I attack with, no, attacking with Isshin first is not great. So I'll attack with everybody else. Nah, everybody can get in.
I hate Jace.
You hate Jace? Thankfully, he hasn't shown up for a while. Unfortunately, I think he's showing up in the next set. And lethal. Numbers! Numbers happened! Yay, we won! I was too busy thinking about MagicCon Chicago and set reviews. Math is for blockers, etc. GG. Garuda, Doom of Depths. I recently brewed a Garuda deck. When Garuda enters the battlefield, you get an even-costed creature that gets milled, either from yours or your opponent's deck. This is an okay hand. We have some turn 2 removal. We have got some good attackers. No turn 1 attackers. That's tough, but we'll make it work. And I'm going to play the Samaria's Call to start, since I don't want to pay 3 life for it. Oh, Selfless Samurai. The samurai or warrior attacks alone. It gets lifelink. It can also be sacrificed to protect. Hey! That's not an even-costed creature. Are you some sort of a fake Garuda? I guess we'll wait and see. This could just be Demir control with a Garuda in it. There's a little bit of crime. It played it. It was a land. Make sure it's leaving up the red. Adeline. Going wide. You bouncing. Board wiping. We're getting another 5-mana board wipe in black. I did see that. They killed Tajik. Rude. But okay. Isshin for 2 tokens. Champions of Tyr as just a big girl. Soul Shatter! Bye, Adeline! We got a boon for our next cast. But I've ordered Adeline and Tajik differently to get the +1/+1 on the human. Mentor, I believe, needs you to have a target for it. But I might be wrong. It says that you need a target. Hi, Ashiok. Are you putting the Champions of Tyr back into my hand? Making me exile? Or are you gonna make a little dude? A nightmare. They made a nightmare! Bring it out, Isshin. Going to give Isshin flying. Going to put the pickaxe on the Champions of Tyr. Swing this at Ashiok. It should make 2 copies of Champions of Tyr in my hand from the double team, and it makes 2 treasures as well. Now I will play Selfless Samurai in case they have a way to destroy my Isshin so I can protect it. Strong maybe vibes? Yeah, strong. I'm not a judge. So Garuda's going to mill both players and could hit anything. Could hit some big strong removal, could hit a clone card, or could hit nothing. Most of my deck is actually odd costed, and they just got counter spell, card draw, reanimation. Okay, so they had nothing. They're exiling 2 cards from my deck. Oh wait, no, they hit a Winota. I missed the Winota. Do you have humans in your deck? The answer is yes, but they didn't find one. Probably Hostage Taker, cards like that. I will block. And then, hopefully, win. GG, Garuda. Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler. Lets you activate the abilities of creatures before they could normally do so. It's on the turn they come into play. It's kind of like Fake Haste. I will start with Esper Sentinel. I might only have 2 lands here, but I got some really nice 2-drops. And some removal! This Tyvar oftentimes gets used with, like, tons of elves because you can tap them for mana right away. And some, like, Priest of Forgotten Gods types cards. Alright, so we're going to turn our Taxing for 1 into Taxing for 2. And swing in with our slightly larger Esper Sentinel. Llanowar Loam Speaker. Get myself some on-attack triggers. I'm going to Swords to Plowshares, that elf, just to keep the board clear. And gonna keep putting the counters onto Esper Sentinel. Oh, somebody has chimed in and said that, yes, you would need a target for Mentor. So if the target does not exist when you declare attackers, you can't do it. Okay, good to know. Hello, Mentor. Yeah, that's probably why this is formulated, that you make the goblin before attackers. Which does make sense. What am I feeling? Let's go for the War Boss. War Boss will get me 2 permanents. I'm actually going to put that counter onto the War Boss. You have to attack. You get a counter when you attack. They can block the goblin for free. The little goblin. The gobbler. They're down to 10 life. Deathrite Shaman has, Swords to Plowshares is the only target in Graveyard right now. Rishkar! Going to get counters on things. These can tap for mana if they have counters on them. This is my favorite thing to sign for fans. Writing my name on playmats is nice because I don't feel bad about defacing a playmat. Writing things on cards is also pretty fun. We will name Red. This will go for a Scry, though. The Crafton. I don't really want the Crafton right here. I will play Isshin. We're going to give this a counter. We're going to mentor our mentor targets. Ash gets 2 counters from her Celebrate ability. Celebrate good times, come on. It's a bit of aggro. What am I writing? I'm usually just writing like Amazonian on things, unless somebody wants a message. Yeah! Taking out the Tyvar! Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you enjoyed watching a bit of Mardu aggro with Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. This deck, by the way, was a request. Somebody said, hey, will you please update your Isshin deck? And I said, sure. And if you would like to request a deck for me to either build or update, let me know in the comments of the video. If you're looking for the deck list for this dude, Isshin, it's also in the description of the video. And if you want to come hang out with me and my little weasel toy, come on over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I stream Magic almost every single day. I hope to see you there and have a brawlful day!